All right, bigger doesn't always mean better. No, it definitely does not, especially if you're a retiree or an empty nester, maybe looking for a new home.
Yeah, and so how do you know when it's time to downsize, and how do you know the right ways to do it? Well, luckily, we have some answers for you. Local real estate professional Andy Prasky from RE/MAX Advantage Plus is joining us now with some advice for us this morning. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Let's get right off the bat. Downsizing doesn't always mean that you're moving backwards in life, does it?
That's correct. I think you see a lot of our active seniors, I should say, are people that are in the retiring, or some people are just looking to, maybe right size their house.
Right.
And we're seeing people that are making a move towards lifestyle. And it's not necessarily always downsizing, because maintenance is part of lifestyle.
Yeah, that's true.
Cost is part of lifestyle. So there's, but then there's lifestyle, where they want to be closer to the amenities that they enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's golf or tennis, or it's restaurants or cultural, theater, walking around the park or whatever. And so we're seeing a wide variety of downsizers.
Yeah, I would think so, because as you mentioned, a big part of when people retire is maintaining a home. Let's face it, as people get older, a lot of people are looking for like one-level homes because they don't want to have to deal with stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is this, what would you say is like probably the most important reason people decide to downsize?
Well, I think it's when people finally have the opportunity to experience the lifestyle they desire. That's my number one motivation I see now. You're seeing people maybe selling the larger home for something that's a little easier to maintain, or again, closer to the lake, but then you also see people that have lifestyle changes where their health becomes a little less than they desire, and they maybe need to find that one level living, or they're actually out there looking for closer to healthcare or their family. That's a big one too. We're seeing multi-generational housing now, more so now than ever, and it's going to be a big thing in the future.
Now, when you say you want to take your family into account and things like that, sometimes it's moving closer to family. Sometimes it's like, oh, I had 4 kids and now they're all gone, and hooray, now I want to live somewhere smaller. But at the same time, oh, now I have all these grandkids. Now I would love for them all to come and visit and things like that. That's the balance you kind of have to, I guess, take the whole affair.
Yeah, the National Association of Realtors just put out a report that showed that seniors looking for housing, 42% of them were looking for housing to accommodate children over 18. So it's really interesting, statistics. So what you're saying is true. They're looking for a place for the grandkids, or maybe that adult child that's through school, maybe hasn't quite got their start in life yet, and moving back in with parents.
Simplifying your stuff, that is also key. People also, they get a lot of stuff in their lifetime, and then they have to find a way to, maybe have less of it.
I think decluttering is the key. If you're even in the beginning phases of thinking about doing some kind of downsizing, simplifying your life, looking at what kind of storage, what kind of space you're going to need for your new site. And, a lot of times, even being in real estate, I tell people to rent, try that size that you think you want to move into first before you buy it, and see if you can really, be comfortable in that square footage.
That's true. That's the last thing you want to do is downsize and be unhappy with the whole affair. And there are people that do that way. So that's one of the ways you can do it. What are some of the clues that you can get, though, from your own lifestyle, from your own life, that you kind of can see, oh, I'm on the path to looking at downsizing the next year or two?
Right. If you're spending more time maintaining your property than you are living your life, I think that's a big part of it. I see a lot of folks that have the cabin, they have the house in the city, they have a place down south, and they are full-time maintenance folks, and they're busy paying taxes and mowing grass. And it's one of those things where I say, to simplify, to downsize, it's a lifestyle change, really. More so than just the actual physical, place that you dwell. Yeah. It's simply a lifestyle change of downsizing, all the above.
I would think that people who maybe decided to buy a house in the suburbs, they raise their kids, now they're retiring, maybe they want to go, maybe they're from the city originally, maybe they want to move back to the city. But, there's sometimes can be a big difference in cost as far as, you're going to go to a much smaller space, and perhaps you aren't ready for that. I like the idea of telling people, maybe you rent for a little while, just see how this feels. Yeah,
and we're also seeing the rentals have become, as you can tell, in the marketplace right now, we're seeing a lot of our inventory that is, apartment buildings, condominiums, and they are for rent. What's interesting is I'm also seeing a lot of lateral moves out there as well, where they're selling the house with the yard in Edina, and they're moving downtown and buying the condo. And it's not a price, it's a lifestyle. Again, I hate to keep saying the same thing, but it's a lifestyle, decision. So.
And it makes perfect sense. Andy, thank you so much for being here this morning. Andy Prasky from RE/MAX Advantage Plus joining us with all of our good downsizing information.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.